Okay, that's a little bit better. Yo, 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 what is up, YouTube? This is your boy Lincoln Clay coming back at you with another live one. Remember to smash that like button, help spread my content out to a wider audience. I would appreciate it. And remember to hit the bell icon and stay up to date whenever I put out content. And so, just got home not too long ago. Um, had a wonderful evening last night. Was treated to a night of entertainment. Thank you very much. And so I just got home. Getting caught up on the latest news, whatnot. So, first things first. Yesterday, my live stream yesterday was one of my best live streams, I believe, in terms of content, but it was one of the worst live streams in terms of the buffering causing the stream to skip. So I am so today, rather than closing the YouTube window, I am going to leave it open. So when I see that ring starts to form, indicating that the stream is buffering, that's when I'm going to shut my trap for a second and give it a chance to catch up. So hopefully I can better monitor it that way. So my apologies for that. I went back and listened to that live stream yesterday, and there was a lot of stuff that got cut out because of the buffering. And so, and speaking of which, yesterday's live stream, my live stream yesterday, um, hmm, another buffering moment. Okay. Um, so oh, good Lord, yesterday's live stream, I received a comment from King Thrash, and it said you speaking the truth when you get a dislike from a hater. So I'm like, huh? And I go back and look, and I got a thumbs down. I got a thumbs down, and that was the first thumb down that any of my videos or any of my live streams have gotten. Which is cool. That's what the button is there for. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. That's what it's there for. Not everybody's going to agree with everything I have to say, which is cool. I mean, to me, that's what makes the round table great, is that there's a lot of different opinions in there. If everybody had the same opinion, you know, it would be harmonious. Everybody would be holding hands and skipping through tall grass, but it's not like that. Everybody has a different opinion, and that's what keep these debates going on, for 2-3 hours. And everybody has their own opinion, but it's not is there's no toxic arguing in there. So I definitely love the round table. So um so before I get into the topics, um today's topics, I want to say that when I got out of work yesterday morning, on the way home, I was listening to Next Gen 720. Him and King Bloods Gaming was having a debate with Kid Smooth, and Zaire, Next Gen 720. His point was that Microsoft needs to get more mature themed games with realistic graphics. And Kid Smooth was on the opposite end of that point, and was like, what are you talking about? They got mature theme games, blah blah blah. And he was like, well, name some. And Kid Smooth was talking about like Sea of Thieves is a mature game with realistic graphics. My jaw dropped when I heard that. And he was like, State of Decay has realistic graphics. And it was like every point that they were trying to make, Smooth was just like trying to counter it with something else, and what did he what did he what kind of crazy shit was he saying? He I mean, he was just saying crazy shit like, thinking like Crackdown 3 had realistic graphics and stuff. It got to the point where it was obvious this dude refused to give in and say, okay, you guys got good points. You guys, making a good point about the mature themed games. And he felt games like, Super Lucky's Tales and Disney's Zoo Tycoon were games for adults. And I was like, wow, unbelievable. And I know dudes like that no matter how good your point is, these dudes will refuse to acknowledge it. Oh, there's a buffer again. Let me hold up for a second. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, buffering's over. I can proceed. So, so long story short, Zaire and King's Blood, they threw Kid Smooth in a coffin, nailed it shut, threw it in the grave, and threw dirt on top of it. And this dude still refused to die. You could still hear him banging on the coffin from underneath the dirt. Still trying to say, shit like, Sea of Thieves is a mature themed game with, with adult graphics. Unreal. It's just... So, anyway, that was entertaining to say the least. So, as far as my subject goes, the headline says, Inside Xbox put me to sleep. It really did. That is no exaggeration. But before I get into that, let's talk about this Darwin Project. I think it's another game coming to Xbox. This trash. It is a battle royale type game. 10-player battle royale. Oh, got a notification. Sick Humor's on. So shout out to him. So this Darwin Project, it is a 10-person battle royale. I guess everybody starts out with either an axe or a bow and arrow, and I guess one of the things that makes the game interesting is that I think you're in Alaska somewhere, up in some cold ass mountains or something like that. So one of the means to stay alive is you have to stay warm. So at points in the game, you will have to build fires to stay warm. That's a little bit of a twist. Okay, I'd say that's a little bit different. But you're looking for electronics so you can get like Matrix type abilities, invisibility, super speed, shit like that, so when I first looked at the game and I saw them cartoon graphics, I just turned it off. Everybody has their preference. I am not really big on cartoony looking games, and that is that. I like realistic looking graphics. So, if that's your thing, fine. If you tell me Darwin's Project is not trash, I will say okay, because everybody's entitled to their opinion. But me, my mindset, the game is trash to me, and no one will change my mind about that. I can tell where this is going. This battle royale shit is probably going to get out of hand. nauseating it, possibly. Um, I don't have a problem with the battle royale thing as of right now, but there's only so much of cartoony looking shit I can deal with. You know, I play Fortnite and I do like Fortnite. I wish it had realistic looking graphics, but it is a fun game. Um, but the fact of the matter is, if PUBG was not a broken game, um, and it had more, current gen looking graphics instead of this PS2 looking shit, um, I would have given the game a try. But I gave Fortnite a try because despite the cartoony looking graphics, it is a very smooth running game. Um, I don't think I've seen any lag in that game. I don't think I've seen any characters skipping or ghosting or anything like that. I haven't seen any network issues with the game. I haven't seen any frame issues with the game. So because of that, if I'm in a battle royale mode, I will play Fortnite. Now, if Red Dead Redemption 2 has a battle royale mode, I will definitely be interested in that because it's going to have realistic graphics. And then you have a battle royale from a Wild West point of view. I, I'm I would definitely be interested in that. So that's my take on the Darwin's project. It's just didn't do anything for me. The not only that, a 10-person battle royale mode, something like that to me would need more people in it. But it is what it is. So um then I went and got my double workout in yesterday. When I put in a hard one at the gym. And then came home and jumped on Knockout League to burn off some more calories. And already in the past week, I lost 5 pounds, which don't sound like much, but you know, when you're working out, your body gonna go through changes all the time. Your appearance is gonna change all the time. And I've been as heavy as 200. I'm 5'9", and I've been as heavy as 225 pounds. And I've gone on diets, and I've gotten as low as 198, where I was somewhat ripped, but I lost a lot of size. So I'm trying to find that perfect balance right now, where I can keep my size and try to cut the body fat down. So right now I'm at about 200 and 209 pounds, and I'm trying to get down to like 205, something like that, and stay there, because I think that would be a good weight for me to maintain my size and but lose some body fat. So I think I had that other 5 pounds knocked out in a couple of weeks. From there, it's just up to me to keep up my cardio and my diet. So when I eat, as far as my diet goes, when I eat clean, I eat more, because when you eat clean, there's less calories in it. When you eat something that has a ton of calories in it, because it's probably got a ton of fat in it. So, so yeah, if I eat bullshit, cheeseburgers and stuff like that, I'm only gonna have one, and then my next meal is probably gonna be a chicken breast, a protein shake mixed in there somewhere. But at the end of the day, bear that in mind, that depending on what you're trying to do, health wise, if you're trying to bulk up, which I've been down that road too, if you eat clean and you try to bulk up, first of all, a person's supposed to take in like 3,500 calories a day. And I think one chicken breast, I don't know, I think it's like somewhere between 150 and 200 calories. Can you imagine how many chicken breasts you would have to eat a day And then salads, salads don't hardly have any calories, that kind of stuff. And then as far as taking in, fluids, naturally water is best for you. It has no calories, but God, how many times you would have to eat to take in 3,500 calories a day in order to try to, put on some weight. It's just no way it can be done. It's like a second job, so, so when I bulk up, yes, I tend to eat a little bit more bullshit. I do put on weight, but there is some fat involved. So all that stuff you gotta, keep in mind. But this is a gaming channel, so I'm not gonna spend all day talking about, working out, health, shit like that. But I will, throw little tidbits in, in my podcast, because I'm a person that, if somebody, wants to live a healthier life, I support it. I support anybody. I mean, that wants to, even my enemies, if they want to get healthier, I support them. I'm not a hateful or evil person like that. I wish the best for people and don't try to weigh them down. I'm not that type of person. So, but I'll continue to, I'll throw little tips in here and there, based on my own experience. I'm not gonna try to act like, like I'm the P90X guy or something like that. But I'll throw little tips in based on my own experiences. So, so we touched on the Darwin Project. We talked about Zaire's, little debate with Kid Smooth. And so now that brings us to the feature attraction. And that is, like I said, the Inside Xbox put me to sleep. That show was complete and utter trash. Straight garbage. Put a lid on it, put a garbage tag on it, set it out on the street, and wait for the garbage man to come and pick it up. Straight trash. I mean, the show already had a bad opening. You got Major Nelson looking like a clown with two parrots on his shoulders. That was already, already saw where this is going. And then, hold on. So you got Major Nelson up there with a couple of studio guests. And then to the right of that, or to the right of those guys, you have a guy and a girl, working basically working like a touchpad or something like that. And they talked a lot about like Sea of Thieves, because I guess that's what the show was based on, was them celebrating the release on Sea of Thieves. So it was like a Sea of Thieves overkill on this damn show. And so on this touchpad, they were picking out some of the screenshots from Sea of Thieves the gamers sent in that they thought, were the best screenshots. So they were showing screenshots of sunsets on Sea of Thieves. Are you kidding me? This is one, this show was so garbage that, I mean, like somebody like Jay Wag should be doing this stream instead of me, because he got the right mentality for this shit, because he's the one that will go through the roof about how ridiculous some of this stuff is. So they picked up boring screenshots, sunset screenshots. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. And they've talked about a variety of other boring subjects, and then they've talked about some games that's coming to Game Pass. And I guess one of the games coming to Game Pass was some game called Oxenfree. And this shit looked like something right out of 1981. I mean, it was just some cartoon characters on a boat, and they were talking. And I guess instead of talking, you got the you got the little comic book, saying statements or whatever above their heads, like you would see in a comic book, and that's how the conversation was. I, I was like, oh my goodness. Um, then let me see what else was next. Now this was crazy. One of the studio guests, this English guy, he was talking about one of his favorite things was coming up, and that was some Euro fishing. They had no gameplay to show, and then the crazy part about it is, um, the English host of the show talked about how he spent time with the, oh shit, got a buffer here. Let me wait. Got a buffer. All right, buffer's over. Um, back to a green light. Okay. Wow, this was crazy. Um, Looked like my stream stopped for a minute, and then it picked back up. Now it's back to saying the video output is low. Anyway, but I don't see any buffering, so I'm going to continue as usual. So as I was saying, so the host of this Inside Xbox was talking about how Eurofishing is one of his favorite things that is coming up. And then he spent time with the developers of this game. Oh boy, more buffering. So he says that he spent time with the developers of this game, but the crazy part about it is he says he has not seen the game. What the hell kind of show are you putting on when one of your hosts says he's looking forward, that a game coming up is one of his favorite things? He spent time with the developers, but he has not seen the game. I mean, what the hell is going on here? Next boring part of this Inside Xbox was a game called City Skyline. This game looks like one of those builder games, where you point, click, build something, watch it build in front of you. More cartoony ass graphics, and it looked like something like the Monopoly video game. Just point, click, watch shit build in front of you. I mean, I've never been a big fan of building games. So another boring game that's coming to Game Pass. And then another crazy part about this Inside Xbox is they kept pushing the Game Pass. They kept pushing the Game Pass. And one of the crazy ways that they were pushing Game Pass is they were letting the viewers know that if you're ever on the fence about a game and you're not sure about the game or you never seen it before, Game Pass is a great way to experience the game. So, I mean, what kind of, if you say something like that, it sounds to me like you don't have a lot of confidence in your lineup, where you have to let them know that, hey, if you're not sure about a game, you can give it a shot on Game Pass, so you stay safe. That's crazy. So next up on this show that put me to sleep was Major Nelson in those white colonoscopy gloves. Like he getting ready to dig up somebody's ass on the operating table. He came out there with with the white gloves on, with a gold Xbox X, acting like he was one of those bimbos on The Price is Right. Displaying a box of macaroni and shit like that, like it's made out of solid gold. And the crazy part about the gold Xbox that Major Nelson was showing is 1 month Sony won the MPD, and they did it by introducing a gold PS4 Slim. And that got the Xbox up in a knot, talking about how Sony didn't do anything to earn that win. They didn't introduce any games. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. All they did was put a gimmick out there, um, with a gold PlayStation. But now here they come with a gold Xbox, and I bet they gonna eat that shit up like a Hershey. So I thought, it's a pot calling the kettle black right there. And so let's see here. More shit from this Inside Xbox. They were talking to the lead developers of Sea of Thieves, and one of the developers in the interview, he was talking to the host as if nobody knew what kind of game Sea of Thieves was, as if that this was like the first public interview, and this is an introduction interview into the game. To me, that shit is ass backwards. You don't have interviews with developers after the fact. You do it before the game. That's how you stir up hype. That's how you stir up curiosity about the game. You don't go back and do interviews with developers after after gamers have already tried the game. It might be a little bit of an off comparison, but like oh boy, here we go. But take Battlefield 1 for instance. That game has been out what, a couple of years now? If they go off and have interviews, yep, there we go. Buffering. Let me hang on a second. Give me a second here. Because the buffering was pretty bad on my last live stream. I don't want anybody to miss anything because of buffering. So if Battlefield 1, this game's been out for a couple of years. If somebody was to go off and have a interview with DICE right about now, how many people do you think would watch it if they would, if they were to have an interview with DICE talking about Battlefield 1, talking about a game that's already out? People have already sampled the beta of Sea of Thieves twice. They already know what the game is about because they've played it. So what makes you think they are interested in a developer interview where he's talking about like people don't know anything about the game? That's like, that was just ass backwards to me. And let me see. And then, again, more Sea of Thieves shit, more screenshots, more talk about, Sea of Thieves, more developer interviews. And I mean, my God, I never seen Xbox go this far out, hyping up a game, a mediocre game to me. It's kind of crazy. And then let me see, they showed another game that I think is supposed to be coming out next month. It's coming to Xbox Game Pass, called Surviving Mars. And it is, you know what it is? You guessed it. Another cartoon ass builder game where you building shit. This time you just building it on Mars. Build supermarkets, build casinos and shit like that on Mars, and some more cartoony shit. And so and at this point we're like 37 minutes into this Inside Xbox show by the time it reached that point. By that time I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open, and next thing you know, I blacked out. And then when I woke up again, the Xbox, Inside Xbox, was still going, and I picked up the controller so I could see what the time was on the show. And 45 minutes had passed from the moment that I fell asleep to when I woke up and saw the video again. And then it was still more Sea of Thieves shit. They was wrapping up the Sea of Thieves shit, and then they was getting ready to go into the PUBG shit, talking about the PUBG shit. At that point, I was done watching it, because I do not, want to see developer interviews where they, shooting their mouths off about a broken game. So At that point, I was just done. I switched it off. But see, the thing, the thing that made me watch it, I had a funny feeling that Xbox Inside Xbox was going to be trash in the first place. But the reason why I had to watch it, is because yesterday Zaire and his boys, was talking about about Inside Xbox, and his entire group, but they all agreed that it was trash except for one cat. I'm not going to mention his name, but he didn't think it was trash. He thought that, he felt that anybody who believed it was trash believed it was trash because they came in there with high expectations. Well, no shit. You supposed to come in there with high expectations if Microsoft advertises this show as the best, gaming insight show that you'll ever see. So if they, if they shoot their mouths off about it, of course you're going to go in with high expectations. I mean, whatever your preferred platform is, are you going to go in to E3, with low expectations if they tell you, they got a bunch of shit coming? With this E3 being a prime example, Microsoft, even talking that same shit. Wait till E3. Wait till E3. And the hardcore Xbox people are still, got high expectations. They still hype for it. And I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be hyped up for the shit. They're getting you hyped up for it. When you see it and you believe that it's trash, then that is your freedom to express that. That Inside Xbox was complete and utter trash. And it's just like, it left me baffled. The extremes that Microsoft is going through to pay people off to hype up these lame ass games. I've never seen so much hype, so many trailers, just so much shit coming out of Microsoft. And I'm like, all the money you spending hyping this shit up, you could have, developed some games with that money. So absolute bananas. But, at the end of the day, that is my opinion. I thought Darwin's Project was trash. I thought, Inside Xbox, that is no exaggeration. It put me to sleep. I came in watching that show, believing it was going to be trash, but trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. Like I said, 37 minutes into the show, it wasn't a case of, oh, I can't take this no more, I'm shutting this shit off. No, I actually dozed off because the shit was that fucking boring. And then when I woke up and then I seen them still showing Sea of Thieves shit and then getting ready to roll right into some PUBG shit, that's when I said enough is enough. So that was, that for the most part, we're probably going to be my first and last time watching Inside Xbox. I just don't see how the show is going to get any better based on that shit. So, but I think, got a little bit of a busy day to me. You know how Sundays go. You got to get your Sunday chores in, laundry and all that stuff. So I got to get to that sometime today. I'm not going to the gym today. Sunday's always my off day from the gym, but I think I'm still play some more Knockout League and burn up some more calories. But I don't know. You watched this stream. Thanks for watching. If you happen to catch the replay of it, thanks for watching the replay of it. Feel free to leave any comments in there, be it good or bad. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, then give it a thumbs down. That's what the button is for. So that's something I'll never get mad at. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Not a lot I can do about it. Everybody has their own preferences. But anyway, thanks for checking out this stream. And I think that's gonna do it for me. So with that being said, keep gaming, y'all. Keep it smooth. And this is your boy Lincoln Clay. I will holler at y'all later, and I am out.